a prophet, y'all. That don't take away from any of the work.
On December 2nd, 2024, the YouTube community that caters to the church news and gossip section was alerted to a potential rift in the 5-year relationship between Larry Reid and his longtime mentor, the Archbishop Bernard Jordan. This breaking news came courtesy of the Sir William Mccray platform, an individual that had recently developed an insider relationship with Larry Reid. Now, Bernard Jordan had served as Larry Reid's spiritual father and mentor since 2019. However, on November 29th of 2024, Larry publicly announced that Jordan was no longer acting as his mentor via the CTV platform.
Bring them STV says, I miss Bishop. When are y'all speaking again, Dr. Reid?
I'm going to say this, what I've always said. Bishop is online every day more than me. So y'all, and I know it's good when we come together. I mean, and it's a different vibration. But he's live all the time, and we're no longer in contract. So the last few times y'all seen him, well, the last year, really, and some change that y'all seen him, it's just because I just feel like he should come on.
This revelation prompted a very curious viewer to seek clarification from William Mccray during his December 2nd broadcasting, when Mccray revealed that the separation was more serious than a mere amicable split.
Well, I'm going to say this. Let me tell you, I say a lot of hard stuff. I say, hey! Analogy, or the best analogy that I can give. And what's her name? LaDee. The best analogy that I can give to this situation with Larry and Master Prophet Bernard Jordan is that, have you ever been in a situation where you were friends with a couple? You were friends with a boyfriend and girlfriend, or you were friends with a married couple, and you were friends, and then they divorce, they break up, and it puts you in a precarious position because people like to take sides, and they want you to pick a side, and I had to tell some of my friends, hey, I'm friends with both of y'all. I love both of y'all. And because you all have decided to break up, that doesn't mean I have to choose one of you over the other. So, to answer your question, This hat is getting on my nerve. To answer your question, baby. Some things got revealed. And it has deeply resonated with Larry. And he cannot continue. His convictions will not allow him to continue a relationship now that he's learned the things that he has learned. And it's, you know, I think it's somewhat admirable for both of them because, you know, sometimes in life you have to, you know, make decisions, you know, and sometimes they are difficult decisions that you have to make, but you have to do what is best and most comfortable for you, and what you know, how you can sleep at night.
The news of this fracture between the prophetic duo shocked many as no one anticipated a fallout. In response to the unfolding drama, Larry took to YouTube airwaves to dispel any rumors of animosity between himself and his former mentor. Larry publicly addressed the issue at least twice by way of the official Twixt Report platform on December 3rd of 2024 and again on January 26th of 2025.
And she said, "What is going on? What do you know?" Because Larry Reid said on Consciouz TV that his contract with Zoe Ministries was finished. And he didn't reference Bishop Jordan as his mentor. So let me say this. That young lady done what a lot of you guys do on this internet. Y'all don't hear. Not LRLers, not Thai Squad, not the intellect. But these people can't hear. I mean, it's like something messed up in their ear where they can't hear things in context. What I said on Consciouz TV platform was, I had a contract with Bishop Jordan and Zoe Ministries when he first started coming on my platform that lasted for almost, I want to say, 2 years. But as the time went along, everybody knows in 2019, I embraced him to be on my platform after contract already signed and done. I embraced Bishop Jordan as my mentor. That is the third mentor I've had in my life, not counting my father. Well, if I'm embracing him as mentor, he's receiving my teruma and his ministry is receiving the tithe. But then he's paying me to be on my platform. So it was strange and weird to me. So I told him, do not, I may have told his wife too, because she writes the checks. And I said, I am not receiving payment from y'all anymore. I will have you on as the Spirit leads me and because of what God told me. Let me tell you this part. I met Jordan in 2018. Remember, he called me because I was talking about his spiritual father and his wife. And I mentioned his name. He called me. In a couple of exchanges, he said, I want to mentor you. I said to him, my mom and them told me you money hungry and you da-da-da. And not to, you know, watch you even during the BET days. But I snuck and did it, and I have 4 of your books. So let me go pray about it. I went and prayed about it. I came back. When I was praying about it, Spirit said this. No. This was the voice of God. God spoke to me and said, do you know, ask him, do he know why he wants to mentor you. And then God told me why. So I went back to Bishop Jordan and I said, well, about the mentorship thing, I'm a yes, but God told me to ask you a question. Do you know why you want to mentor me and what I'm supposed to do for him? Jordan said no. He said, tell me. And I told him. I told him two things. One thing I won't share because y'all say that's messy. It'll become messy. Mm-hmm. The other thing that God said that I was supposed to do in his life, that I was supposed to totally clear his name on social media surrounding that whole bi-prophecy thing that Charisma magazine did.
Okay.
And everybody can agree I did it. And that's what he paid me for. And I knew just by him being a prophet, us being so similar. I mean, even our eating, the way that we think about certain things. And then, everybody knows that as we got closer, I was like, Bishop, don't wear that, wear this, and started this look. We really started to look like each other. Mm-hmm. So it went from mentorship relationship to friendship. And to then take what I said while having that conversation. I can't stand when somebody get me on their platform, then their camera go off and I'm sitting there by myself. This is not.
Wait a minute. You know what it is? I'm going like this. I don't want to be doing that. Like,
okay. Consciouz do the same thing. I hate it. But anyway, but to take that conversation where I'm sharing stuff that ain't your darn business on another platform, and then to take it and then do what you're doing with it, and you're talking about relationship that two people have, two families have, and two ministries have, that is horrible. No, Bishop Jordan is a Gemini.
Oh wow.
Right, he's a Gemini. And the positive aspects of Gemini and the negative aspects of Gemini, like the positive aspects of Aquarius and the negative aspects. But yeah, my father is a Gemini as well. So that's the truth. That is all that was said on Consciouz TV platform. Mm-hmm. What William said that I had a problem with, and I said something to him about it. I don't hate him. We're not upset and mad at each other as a result. Well, I'm not mad at him. He started apologizing. I said, I got it, William. I know you and you talk. So and I understand it. I never said to William, oh, me and Bishop Jordan not dealing. I never said that. We was having another conversation about politics, and I talked about how some prophets actually voted for Trump. That was the conversation that I had with William. But he, being a content creator, when somebody said what they said to him, I think he felt like he needed to be like, oh, well, I know what you're talking about, but I can't say nothing about it. And that was the statement that really people are running with.
And that's all they needed. That's all the slap button community needed.
That's all they needed. He did, but they're not going to say what he did after that, because he tried to smooth it over, because he realized, wait a minute, this may go a different way. So he said, no, I love both of these people. And, sometimes things happen, in relationship don't mean it's bad, so he's trying to dress it up. I'm like, nigga, you already done told this all real. They're going to take this and they are going to ride. Mm-hmm. So that is the truth. That's for disclosure of the conversation between me and William and me on Consciouz TV platform. What everybody else is saying is just what they think, what they want to do surrounding content.
They act like you and Bishop Jordan had a knockdown, drag down fight in the middle of Atlanta, in the middle of the street.
That would never happen. It would never happen, and it certainly wouldn't come online. Even if it did, and we have fuss, and we have bump heads, and we don't agree on everything, but everybody knew that the whole time. But no, what I do in my life and on my platform is spirit led. My calling is my calling. It was my calling before I met Jordan. I just met Jordan in 18, and embracing my mentor in 19. I've been doing ministry for decades. So don't read more into that than what you should. And also remember, it ain't none of your it's not any of your business.
Yeah.
You know, if I don't come out here and say something, then don't believe what somebody else say, because it's just not in their business.
Why do you think well, you know, the big thing of the night, Larry, was, you know, they've been trying to decipher you and your former mentor, the master prophet Jordan, and there's all of this innuendo around that William Mccray slip up that he did, and so when he was talking about it, and
we interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
The big thing of the night, Larry, was, you know, they've been trying to decipher you and your former mentor, the master prophet Jordan, and there's all of this innuendo around that William Mccray. Well, you know, the big thing of the night, Larry, was, you know, they've been trying to decipher you and your former mentor, the master prophet Jordan, and there's all of this innuendo, around that William Mccray slip up that he did, and so when he was talking. And did nobody really know anything about it? Are you at liberty to give something, Larry, something of clarification about Master Prophet Jordan? Because they want to make it seem like he's distancing himself because the Jordan case is just too much. Oh, I gotta go. So
let me say something right there.
Okay.
Date's case, right?
Huh?
The Date case?
Yeah, they're making it seem like Bishop Jordan the Jake's case was too much for him, and he had to pull back.
Let me. I'm gonna just help this stuff. Nikki, you know some of Larry Reid.
I got her. She's upset. She upset because she's upset, Larry, because they don't they didn't have her amoxicillin or ampicillin or something, you know. I'm being messy. Like when I say Tasha K was doing, I'm doing it. Okay, let me be nice. Okay.
How can these folks?
Okay,
it's my life. It's my life. And it's bad. The people in my community, this is why y'all waste y'all time. Because I talk too open to my community. So my community knows what none of y'all knows. And they're not going to come out here windmill and say, no, this is what it is. This is what it is. They're not going to do that. Because I have 5 people in my community. We have business owners. Homeowners. First of all, everybody should be some kind of owner. Or something if you want to be.
Whoever that was, they got a rash in the crack of their booty. They have a rash in the crack of their booty. And CVS, sometimes they run out of those creams, that antibiotic cream. So they're just lashing out. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Right, they go Travis Gap. These people already know. These people know. And these are professionals. These are not dumb people. A different quality of followers and members, but I'm gonna leave that alone. So let me tell you what you just said. I'm about to bust this up. But although Bishop Jordan is not my mentor anymore, and you heard that out of my mouth, that was a decision that I made.
Yeah.
And I'm not telling y'all why. You know, take a note, Baltimore. Somebody that was your mentor, when you dishonor them privately or publicly, every deposit you ever got from them, those seeds get dug up and they leave your life. You can't even benefit from them no more. Bishop Jordan single-handedly broke off my thinking lack. And for that and that alone, I will always speak positive of America's black prophet of God, the arch, Bernard Jordan. However, I can't say why, but I can say what it wasn't about. It wasn't about anything sexually immoral or him being abusive to his wife or his children or nothing like that. It was a matter of how can two walk together except they agree. And I know my assignment. And I couldn't. Still honor him. And I will never tell y'all more than that. So you can make up whatever you want to make up.
Yeah. Because that channel over there, you know, that channel is like.
Oh, let me say this. I'm sorry, Thais.
Go ahead.
Jake's thing. Bishop Jordan stood on his head, shouting, dancing, giving God praise for me covering Jake's the way I did, because he was pissed for what he done to his kid. And if he had it his way, he would be.
Public interest in the feud would eventually fizzle out in the ensuing weeks and months. However, things were once again reignited after Bernard made a recent appearance at Paula White's function, a spiritual advisor to Donald Trump. Public discussion of his appearance would inspire Larry to bring clarity to his split with his former mentor. Audience would soon learn that Bernard's support of Donald Trump was the cause of the split. As Larry discussed the rift on his broadcasting, he tried to provide earnest criticism while still holding honor to Mr. Jordan. Larry's efforts appeared to falter when it seemed as if Bernard deleted their text communications during the live broadcasting.
But they used me. I'm very clear on that. There was a group of them that used me, used my platform and my voice. They were mad because they didn't have a seat at the table. It was a cash thing. It was a money thing. I was upset because blackness was being used. Now I see. Because now Jordan and Bloomer are walking with this administration. Bloomer is about to receive something from Paula White administration by way of Trump. And I have a feeling that because Bishop Jordan went, that they're going to ask him something. And he probably is going to be a yes. How? Can America's black prophet of God, and he's still that, not know you're going to an altar of confusion? This ain't no prayer gathering. And then somebody sent me a clip of him explaining, oh, how wonderful it was. There was such a presence in the room. We saw what it was. But what has hijacked you in this moment to see this as something that we all are clear is not? I don't understand that. But that don't mean that he's not a prophet, y'all. That don't take away from any of the work he's done in our life. Even we had the same conversation with his Gemini twin that's born days apart, Bishop Jakes. They have done great things in our world. But we got to tell the truth when that thing off. We can't do no dance. No, this is off. The Spirit told me not to be silent and to say it tonight. Give it words. This ain't that kind of show, but rombondula mafolaka. Now you complicit with the Spirit because you have not said anything. This is every black prophet, white, black conscious prophet. You should have been doing what Bishop Carlton Pearson was doing the last 4 years of his life online, talking about Trump and the administration. You haven't said nothing, and this man has done everything anti-Christ, anti-Christian. You ain't said nothing. And now you want to go preach, teach amongst the black community and not make a mention of what they are suffering and dealing with, and the fact that God is against America. And you're not even telling God's people that and making sure they're clear. But you're doing this illusion of, well, God is using this. What? Show me the scripture. Show me the time in history where that was what God said. And anytime I don't want to offer, show me a pattern of my God. You ain't going to find it because it's a lie. It's not true. I didn't cut ties with a person in November. I obeyed what God told me. It seemed disrespectful. I said, I know you voted for Trump. And the fact that you won't say you didn't let me know you did. That's like playing games. I feel like it was manipulative. And then I thought it was a manipulation of his people. I didn't think it was right. So that was a confirmation being, nope. I can't pull up with that type of manipulation. Don't talk a certain kind of way and leave stuff I need to know. Don't do that. No. And I'm giving you my money and calling you my personal prophet and pastor. I said they ain't gonna. So that day I didn't send another dime to Zoe Ministries at all. However, I still was doing Teruma because Teruma is tied to honor as well. And I wanted to honor him. I wanted to continue to honor him for those 5 years of 2019 to 2024 of mentorship. So I continue to do the Teruma. But then it just got real silent. But I did send him a Christmas offering. He sent me an umbrella. I said, okay, so we're gonna still be able to be friends. In January, I went to do my Teruma. I did it. That was the first time I felt something like I done something wrong. I felt like I had committed a sin. And I said, oh, that's it. I can't do Teruma no more. This might not go good. We might not end up, because I still wanted the relationship. I said, this might not work out. Okay. If it's a real relationship, we'll be all right. So then one day, I was just doing something and I thought of him and I just smiled. Because I love him. And when I went, oh my God, all my text messages for him just erased before my eyes. I didn't delete it, but I remember it. What I said was, I'm thinking about you. I love you. Miss you or something. He texted me back. You caused me to remember the pain of mentorship.
This left viewers uncertain about the true feelings of the Jordan family in regards to Larry. The Jordan's perspective was later ascertained due to the journalistic efforts of the St. James platform. Mr. James reached out to Manasseh Jordan about the recent philanthropic activities of his father, and Manasseh offered a straightforward update regarding the $8 million contributions of his father, as well as their deteriorated relationship with Larry Reid.
Again, I reached out. I wanted some talking points in regards to the $8 million donation given by Bishop Jordan to what's the school? Virginia Union University, and wanted to see what it was all that about, because I just didn't want to come out here and say, oh, you know, he get all 8 million, but when you think about it, it's like, who would just give out 8 million at one pop? So this is what the response was from Prophet Manasseh Jordan. He heard it. All right, here we go. Grace and peace. He said, St. James, grace and peace. Before I respond to your request, I want to be very transparent. As a family, we've made a conscious decision to distance ourselves from the blogging and podcast circuit, especially after the unfortunate betrayal that took place during Larry's podcast, where my father was publicly dissected by someone who had once been mentored while he was sleeping on an apartment floor with no bed, and warmly embraced by us. That moment solidified the feeling that many of these platforms thrive on distortion and dishonor, and we've grown weary of lending energy to them. That being said, I recognize that your intent may be different, and I'll offer this for clarity and record. The $8 million donation made to Virginia Union University by my father, Bishop E. Bernard Jordan, was specifically for the founding of the Jordan Institute of Digital Theology and Technology. The vision behind this initiative is to pioneer the integration of artificial intelligence in ministry and to create a space for technological literacy within the Black Pentecostal Church, a space that has often been underdeserved in these arenas. As you know, my father has always been unapologetically pro-Black, deeply committed to empowering historically marginalized communities, especially within the church. While this donation happened to receive public attention, I must stress, this is just one of many acts of generosity he has made that were never broadcast. This institute will serve as a hub for future leaders ministries, and visionaries to be equipped with both spiritual and digital tools for the next generation of ministry. We believe it's time the church no longer lag behind innovation, but instead leads it with anointing and strategy. Respectfully, Prophet Manasseh Jordan. I think we're clear. I think we are crystal clear around here. Spin it how you want to spin it. But I believe we're clear. If you would like to support the platform, you can always do that. Thank you for those who Before I respond to your requests, I want to be very transparent. As a family, we've made a conscious decision to distance ourselves from the blogging and podcast circuit, especially after the unfortunate betrayal that took place during Larry's podcast, where my father was publicly dissected by someone who had once been mentored.
I just want to say that we thank God for the opportunity. My wife and I, Prophetess Deborah Jordan, who is the matriarch of this family, and at the Jordan Institute of Spiritual Technology and Digital Theology, that it will be the birthplace where many people can come to the intersection, that their faith doesn't have to be questioned because of AI, but used as a tool. And we pray that it empowers people and that people become all the more, that much more greater.
No one single person has given $8 million to us at one time in a struggle ahead. So this is the largest investment ever made by a single individual in our history.
I've been deeply moved, and I wanted to do something. I saw the need walking on the campus. I felt the need, and the teachers just don't need to complain about it. Do something about it. Sow seed, start somewhere. And so I said, let me start at my alma mater, where I first saw the light. And I'm going to just go ahead and declare that we're leading from the future and that the best is yet to come.
Yes.
On May 10th, a news report said Archbishop Bernard Jordan donated $8 million to Virginia Union University. On May 16th, Paula White, head of the White House Faith Office, posted a video of 100 black pastors and faith leaders meeting at the White House. Among the attendees was Archbishop Bernard Jordan. On May 18th, Larry Reid said he had suspicions that Jordan received something in exchange for his appearance.
Because now Jordan and Bloomer are walking with this administration. Bloomer is about to receive something from Paula White administration by way of Trump. And I have a feeling that because Bishop Jordan went, that they're going to ask him something. And he probably is going to be a yes.
While I can't directly link Jordan's donation to the White House appearance, especially since the donation appears to have occurred before the White House meeting, I will say this. Virginia Union University is reported as a historically black university. As we know, HBCUs regularly garner financial support from presidential administration. Having said that, the current administration has not yet guaranteed any new federal funding for HBCUs. Even still, I do question Bernard's ability to give $8 million. Based upon my observation of Bernard via the LRL platform, His financial actions suggest he does not have the sufficient wealth to gift $8 million. If Jordan is able to do such a thing, it would imply he has substantial funds available to spare, a notion I question based on his actions taken in relation to funeral expenses for Carlton Pearson. Please recall actions taken by Larry and Bernard as Carlton lay in hospice. Despite holding Carlton near and dear, neither individual inquired with the family about funeral expenses. As a result, the family received financial support from the Transformation Church.
Let me tell you what happened. What happened was there was a paperwork issue that created a huge financial strain on his family, particularly Julian, Majesty, and of course his former wife, who had moved back into the house to help take care of his mom that's 90-something years old that was living in the house, but it ended up being her helping taking care of him. And now the mom stays with his sister Monica. And this financial strain, there had to be a hero. And allegedly, apparently, and clearly, and that's what happened, Majesty, knowing this, they were trying to figure it out. Mike Todd and that's my ministry. Mike Todd and Transformation Church heard about this. And they jumped in as a savior to clear all of the financial strain that the family was left with. And I want us to celebrate that. That needs to be celebrated. Now, had anybody reached out to me, Bloomer, Jordan, Manasseh sitting over there, millionaire, this would have been cleared and done like this. But for whatever reason, things happened the way that they did. And I'm glad that they did for several reasons. So Mike Todd and Transformation Church showed up, told Bishop, we're going to cover everything, even your home, so your family. He had just bought a new house. We're going to clear that so they will be okay. I think it's wonderful. I think it's a great thing because Carlton deserves it. Carlton does deserve it. And I believe Mike Todd and Transformation Church needed to do this as a penitence offering.
Due to Transformation's spiritual convictions, they weren't able to abide by all of Carlton's wishes. In an effort to honor all of Carlton's final wishes, Larry sponsored a separate homegoing service. As Larry tallied the growing cost, he expressed many times the financial strain. Larry would solicit viewers for financial support. He later publicly recognized all of the many financial contributors. Bernard was noted as someone who gave $100K to the family.
Jordan is going to be in rare form. Let me tell you why he's going to be in rare form. First of all, it's the event I'm putting on, so you've never seen him at an event with just me. And of course, the Celestial Circle, which is a certain elite part of our Patreon, is going to be there. And of course, the members of Reformation Church of Atlanta are probably going to fly in and be there. But this is really going to be the only time that you're able to come to an event that I set up and you're just somebody in the public. And because I only do events for my patrons. Hundreds of patrons come together every single year. But we're doing this because it literally set on me to do it. It is really not a good time for me to do this. There's so many things going on and there's a cost. But thank God that patrons are standing up and they're doing $1,000 a piece. And this is really helping. And so we're going to be putting them in the booklet. The souvenir booklet is also going to have the program in it and a couple of advertisements from some local businesses here that want to be a part. Also, the pastors that have donated time for now celebration. Who else is I said going to be talking? D.E. Polk. He will be saying something as well. And there may be a couple of other people because I've been looking at the VIP list and there's some people that are on the VIP list that I know will probably want to say something. But this is how I'm going to handle that. If I don't have your $1,000 offering in that book and you a pastor and a VIP important person, then you just going to sit right there and honor him from your seat. You're not coming in and saying nothing. Because everybody coming on that stage is invested. Bishop Jordan just wrote a $100,000 check, to the family and the ministry. Bishop Yvette Flunder has sent $10,000 to my ministry already to help support what we're doing here. So you just be VIP in your seat. All right. Nothing you want. Folk kill me with that. And I looked, there were so many VIPs up there. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't even know your name. So no, you're not going to the VIP section. I told them to cut that VIP section down by hundreds. You heard me right, hundreds. That hundreds of people thought they were VIP because they're a bishop or doctor or something. And I ain't seen one red cent for you to support this event. You sit right there and be great in general pop. All right?
During the homegoing service, Jordan solicited attendees for offering.
Crazy up in here. Of course, Ray Bishop. Yes, you asked the question. St. James, how are you recapping? And it's still going on. When Bishop Jordan started with 30 people to give $9,000, I knew we would be here a while. So I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and end this because I got things to do tonight. All right. I can't sit around waiting for them to get that offering together. Greetings, Jess. Yes, greetings, sir. This is Bishop, Chief Prelate. St. James, thank you for joining me here tonight. If other people can do it, I can do it too. Yes. Oh, hell no. My girl Les says, I said 30 people to give $9,000. If you add that up, 270 grand they are planning to collect tonight. Good luck on that crowd because it's really not what I expected.
After the homegoing service, Jordan again solicited viewers for financial support.
Chat, put the date in the chat, January 21st, 2024.
Yes. January 21st, 2024. And we're starting to feel the revolution of this. And I want everyone today to either do a $99.99 seed or a $999.99 seed.
Okay.
Last night, we gave people opportunity to participate, but we forgot the streaming audience.
We did.
We forgot the streaming audience. And you are to participate in this because we covered on last night Azusa, AZUSA.
When it was all said and done, the funeral expenses were $300K plus. Larry bore the brunt of the expenses.
And know that you're supporting a good cause. This is probably one of the largest humanitarian things that you have ever done in your life.
It may be, Bishop.
Think about it. Don't stare at it. Punch those numbers.
Oh, yes. Yours was the biggest prior to that.
You need to punch those numbers.
That's true.
This is your largest humanitarian.
Over $250,000.
I'm telling you, Reid, listen. Keep supporting.
Logic suggests if Bernard can afford an $8 million donation, he could have easily afforded to pay a $300K funeral tab. This raises the question of why he chose not to. Is it possible that he did not have the wealth in 2023 that he currently possesses today? If true, what has significantly increased his wealth? Inquiring minds would like to know.
Because this man is making salacious accusations of very high-profile, wealthy public figures.
What that got to do with
I'm about
me?
to tell you what it got to do with you, co-defender.
I am not.
I'm about to tell you.
I'm not the co-defender.
Co-conspirator, I mean.
I'm not that. I'm not
tell
that. Just because you believe what is in the complaint, and just because you
I didn't say nothing about what I believe. I
you
literally
just called me a
said-
co-conspirator, did you not?
Yeah, I'm gagging you because the lawsuit is saying that you are a co-conspirator.
So what?
But
That's a
the reality
complaint. There's no fact in a complaint. So maybe it's working on you. It don't work on me. Just because you say that, I know what I've not been a part of any of that. What I did was my job before.
That lawsuit quote words that came from you, and that lawsuit
And what
said,
why I feel like you trying to make this
I'm not
me?
asking the questions. You came up here to hit the link. I'm asking all the questions that have come
But
out.
you need to be asking about Duane. You don't need to be asking about me. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
You was
Don't
literally
do that.
talking a few minutes ago about your
Don't do
name
that.
being all up and down this
Don't do
lawsuit.
that. This is not gonna go well. Do
Don't
not
do
do
what?
that.
Conscious is a mentor. Period. Okay. So speaking of that,
Okay.
that lawsuit quotes Conscious is the mentor. Period.
The Bernard and Larry mentorship is not the only relationship in limbo. The Larry and Consciouz TV mentorship is also facing significant challenges. While the friendship seems to be intact, the effectiveness of their mentorship is open to scrutiny.
All of what you said is the reason, and that's what I said in the beginning. It hasn't changed. The whole reason is because he had a story that I could corroborate in another different story separate from him. That's the only reason why I did this stuff. If he came to me with that story and I didn't have the other stories and relationship with these other people, I would not have done this story at all.
And yes, y'all, this has officially turned into a Baptist mukbang.
A what now?
A mukbang.
Oh my God! 800 not. You know it was our fussing that got people to come in there.
I just think because the block is hot.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Y'all got the block hot. Okay, so to this lawsuit. So this is what I want to ask you
But
about.
just so y'all see, me and Conscious, this is how our relationship is. We fuss and hang up and talk 2 months later, and then we end up being all right. This is a real relationship.
Actually, you fuss and talk 5 seconds later. The majority of time.
I mean, most of the time. But there was that one time.
There was that one time. Because of you. But we gonna leave that in NDA. We're gonna leave all of that in the NDA. So, okay. So,
as we know, Consciouz TV and Larry Reid's friendship hasn't been the same since Larry rekindled his friendship with Sir William Mccray. The cause for the fracture between Larry and CTV was due to Williams defaming statements about CTV while in the presence of Larry. Now, Larry's inability to give a full-throated pushback against the negative remarks bothered CTV supporters. Although both CTV and Larry later reconciled publicly, it has become evident that their friendship has not returned to its former state. Since then, CTV no longer is the go-to platform for defending Reid's public conflicts. In CTV's absence, that role has primarily shifted to the official Thais platform, a person with whom CTV has had prior disagreements with. As CTV continued an online presence estranged from Larry Reid, Larry's relationship with CTV's enemies and ops has only strengthened.
You know my rule. If it's in the media, I'm going to talk about it. Okay? What's up, official Thais? You know what I'm gonna do? Nobody in my I only let people have a wrench that are celestial, and there only one other content creator that I've given a wrench to. But Kim, to see if you can go in the back there. I don't know if Consciouz still a part of Celestial Circle, but it don't matter. I think I'm gonna make you a wrench holder. Now, how do I? Let's see. Oh, I know how to do. I can do it from my end. I gotta click on it like this, like so, like that. And then what's let's say, yeah. Let me see. Where is it at? Can you comment again? Comment one more time, Thais. Oh, I see it. I got it. I got you. All right, so you should be right now. Okay.
When TD Jakes' federal lawsuit against Duane Youngblood and its co-conspirators, Larry Reid to be specific, took center stage in December of 2024, CTV would be playing catch-up to the online drama. CTV's newfound relationship with Larry would cause him to take a more neutral but yet amicable tone in his reporting. However, things would eventually change as Larry continued with acts that could be interpreted as disrespectful and disloyal towards CTV. As Larry's public slight against CTV continued, it would inspire CTV to be more candid in his coverage of the legal dispute. On his April 25th coverage of the Duane Youngblood federal lawsuit, CTV took the opportunity to return some of the public disrespect to Larry for the recent disrespect committed against him.
For Youngblood. When I tell you that TD Jakes is whipping ass, bitch, from his last filing to the judge denying, girl, secondhand embarrassment. Secondhand embarrassment, baby. You know what? I too would be asking if there's anybody who want any content down as well, bitch. Larry sitting there screaming out from the bullhorn if there's any hypothetical person out there. Bitch, what Larry need to be doing, bitch, is asking Duane. Bitch, do you need me to take some shit down, girl? Baby, do you need to be asking social media, Larry? Yes, need to be asking Duane Youngblood, bitch. If his ass need you to take some shit directly down, because right now, baby, Jakes don't need y'all to take a motherfucking thing down. Right now, girl, Jakes got it. Right now, baby, Jakes got the course in the chokehold. He on the winning side of this thing, baby. You better go to get the Texas and getting Duane on the line. Getting Youngblood on the motherfucking line and asking him, baby. Do you need me, Youngblood, to take this anything at all now? Would there be anything of interest on my platform that could better serve to be removed on behalf of yourself or even myself, baby? Baby, the way that I would be leaving Youngblood ass high and dry, considering that Larry claimed that he ain't gonna have nothing to do with this case and he gonna put some distance between him and Duane, then you know what? If that was the case, that would be represented by me making an executive decision as the content creator to remove the goddamn content for my own sake. I wouldn't give a damn how the fuck it looked. To Duane, to the public, to the ops, I wouldn't give a damn. Okay? Baby, y'all giving Jakes too much grace over there by thinking that Jakes is the one scared. Jakes already done proved, girl, that he already waiting first front row at the Ponderosa for y'all, baby. He was waiting for y'all at the motherfucking door, honey. Baby, Jakes ain't the one who shook, bitch. Baby, Jakes gonna sit there and let y'all fall on that epic pride, baby. thinking that he needs a lifeline, baby. No, ma'am. Baby, the reverse Uno in is the T right now. Y'all, I can't deal with it, baby. I can't, girl. Between the TD Jake suit, the goddamn Shannon Sharp suit, girl, look, I'm just a commentator, baby. This is what I get paid to do, bitch. Okay? Y'all said y'all wanted non-biased commentary. There you got it, baby, okay? Not non-biased commentary, girl. I just report the news, so I don't make it up. And I don't get sued for it either. And down. And down.
Don't stop. Yeah, and it don't stop. Yeah, and it don't stop. B.I.G. rock on. And it don't stop. Yeah, and it don't stop. Yeah, and it don't stop. Queen B, rock on. Sometimes the guys forget course. Ain't that the truth? Frontin' like they bulletproof. Little Kim this, little Kim that. She rap, but stay banging little Kim tracks. Your career's on the rocks again. Yeah, I'm back on top. What? You forgot Queen Bitch, www.com. Read the 27 songs, sing along. The Lord is the light of my salvation. Your mouth shall fail when he calls. So when you MCs come to eat up my flesh and blood, that all will stumble and fall. Still, that's not all bitches have the gall to.
Those questions are not. They know. A lot of people know. Larry. I think they do that to get a sound bite or a response. I really do.
The answer is, I'm gonna say this. I know how to deal with people like this. Although he's no longer my mentor as of November 2024, he will always be honored as my mentor. There you go. And I done a whole show on it. Hell. And then somebody else asked, "Where are you going, Larry?" I'm moving from this 15,000 square feet home that has 3 studios in it for the NBN network. NBN network is going into a penthouse and putting 2 of the 3 studios in there. So that's where.
Wait, a penthouse?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I paid $25,000 in May. I did. Child, listen, I wish I did.
I'm gonna tell you what happened to me, Ty. 2019, when these folks first started talking to me online, talking about the millions of dollars I was making, it was not even true. Before I met Bishop Jordan and started mentoring me, the most I have made in a year was around $350,000. Mm-hmm. When I met him, I was still making 6 figures, although I heard that it was said by my baby brother Manasseh that they found me and I was on the floor like I was some poor case. No, I was making 6 figures then. And let's be clear, I was sleeping on my floor by choice, and my apartment was in the heart of Buckhead. How you gonna live in Buckhead broke? You probably can if you used to live at that place they used to have, but don't have that no more. You just can't do it. And it was in 2019 they started telling them lies about how much money I'm making. Ty, do you know the lie they told became a reality in 12 months? So yes, Ty he made $25,000.
I sure did. I was yeah, 25.
That's my business. Got clothes, practicing how to spit like this. Sexy CEO making hits like this. I know you pissed, but take some advice from me. In 5 years, you be nice as me. But right now, nah, I ain't ready. I'm a single black female, and this goes out the head. I like good steak, guacamole and chips, entree, potatoes, risotto. Take me to an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Oh, God. To make
And I will always love food. I will always love food. Food is so good.
Yeah, I have the edges cut off. I don't like the edges.
Savory, sweet memories.
And the potatoes, but
No
it's like
such
to cover
thing
with some kind of
as
green
leftovers for me.
Onion to lemon.
Apple pie.
Flame Lord
My
lemon, you
eye.
put that in your mouth.
Yes, I
Along
know
with the potato.
it's a
I'm
one
being messy. I'm being messy. Like when I say Tasha Cable,
Tap at the brown.
Oh
God! Oh God! It's in the room! It's in the room! It's in the room! God don't need no matches. When I tell you he is fire!
French fries.
Back is darn
And I hope for a cake.
fire!
Liquid
Fire! Fire!
creamy boy. One stickiness. Yes, it gives me gas, but it's never enough.
Wait a minute. I gotta do this. All right, I'm in the house, and I'm gonna sit here and do the best I can until I can't take it no more, and I got to go sit down.
What are you talking about?
My stomach tore up. I drank some prune juice.
Baby, why did you eat it? You drank the whole cup?
I drank the whole entire cup. I don't know what was wrong with me.
Well, you still alive?
Marcel. He was a part of pimppreachers.com and the church something evolution movement. But whatever happened, wait a minute.
What?
Oh, I thought that was the one I won't be able to hold. Ooh, Jesus Christ. Well, thank you guys for being people that I can trust. Baby. And I got to go.
You okay? Is everything all right in there?
fine, okay?